Well, at full-time, we saw how deflated Jurgen Klopp looked. How's he feeling now? Here is the Liverpool head coach.
The overall feeling coming away with a point?
Yeah, very disappointed, obviously. I think everybody would see it the same way. It was actually only possible that one team wins the game, and that's us, with the chances we created, with the possession we had, with all the things we did. It was a tough one at the end of a 10-day, 4 games period. Really tough, but I thought the boys did really well. We just concede out of nothing and need a few more chances and kind of scrappy goals in the end to score twice. But then we are 2-1 up, could control it, and still, how I said, in a lot of moments playing really well, but just not the final situation we didn't take in the right way. And that's been the story of the last 4 weeks, if you want. And that's why we drew here today.
Has it felt somewhat unlucky that you can go through periods of a season where, say, one of your attackers may be out of form, but it's felt like it's almost come at the same time for quite a few of them?
There's nothing really to say about that, because it's you see the games. It's like it is. How I said, we came here together and we go through that together. That's all. The boys wanted. The boys fought hard. The boys gave up everything. For some of them, was definitely too hard today. Yeah, that's it.
We saw the reaction from your team in the second half, because it must have been difficult at half-time, having conceded that goal. How pleased were you with that reaction? It
was very good. That was obviously what we needed. Then an early goal helps, obviously. Then we were in charge all the time in the first half. I told the boys half-time was actually the worst thing we do here is that what I don't understand is that after each chance we miss, you can see everybody like throwing arms, stuff like this. Instead of a chance, it's actually the closest you can get to a goal. So we have to be there more positive. We have to accept these kind of things and then do it again, and then you score early. And then you could see that gave the boys, obviously, but we had before, I think, already a chance from Ryan, if I'm right. After that, big chances. We had really big chances in the box. We played well. We didn't finish the situations off, and that's now what we have to acknowledge and carry on.
He spoke there about the players and their body language, their reaction to each other when goals are conceded or things not going their way. What did you make of that, Danny?
It's reasonably normal to see players' frustrations when things aren't going your way.
Does it sum up where they're at right now?
Yeah, it does a little bit. It takes a lot. I mean, it takes elite mentality and experience to actually quickly overcome those disappointments and keep everyone on board on the game plan and just get over those hurdles in a game. At the moment, you can sense, and we actually sensed it before the game, seeing their body language. It's a big thing in football.
Yeah.
You know, the positive energy you need every time you step out on the pitch. And yeah, I think it was a good spot from Jurgen, and it's happened for the last few weeks now.
One thing he also would have spotted was this from Mo Salah. We saw this on the cameras, of course, preparing to come on. He was about to get substituted on the pitch. There was a few messages exchanged with Jurgen Klopp. What do you think of this, Owen?
Oh, I mean, these guys hate losing. Proper winners, you know, and they're having a proper row.
And at full-time, do we read anything into this with Jurgen Klopp coming on and Salah coming off?
Frosty.
Not really. They're blanking each other, obviously, but they're competitive. These guys have won everything, Manish. You know, they're not used to, winning things. Mo Salah being on the bench. Everyone's frustrated, so it's understandable. But that's what happens when you're a winner. You know, you have these little rows because you're so competitive and you're used to being at the top. They're not at the top. Season's not finishing where they want, and it's tough to take when you're a winner.
Mo Salah was fuming that he wasn't on the pitch, which I like in a player, and Klopp won't mind. But the fact that they're rowing and they're at each other says about where everything's at the moment, that frustration we were talking about. And it doesn't actually matter if they've even fell out, because Jurgen's got 3 games. What is it, 3 games left now?
Yeah, 3.
And Mo, they're really good or bad. It doesn't matter now.
Yeah.
The bigger picture is whether Mo stays or not.
But it feels like Liverpool are in a bit of a rut right now. Can they afford to let this run go to the final game of the season?
It's tricky. I think they just got to stop letting other people see these outside things, those little interactions, because they can snowball. The players' reactions are about missing chances. So I think they've got to try and find a way to stick together, keep in house. When Liverpool were at their best, they were proper together. These little moments are probably adding up a little bit more than I think Klopp would like.
Well, we saw tensions growing on the touchline between Mo Salah and Jurgen Klopp, and we can hear from what Klopp had to say about that.
People are discussing your exchange with Mo Salah before he came on. Can you tell us what was being said?
No. but we spoke already in the dressing room. For me, that's done.
Well, it's a pretty straight bat. Nothing to read into that.
I was leaning forward because I was looking forward to hear what he was going to say. And
I've had a few of them myself, so you generally don't want to repeat the type of words used when you're having those type of rows.
Yeah. And finally, with a new manager potentially watching on, what will he be thinking, having seen that today?
Well, I think he's probably a very positive guy who's looking forward to the challenge and very excited by the talent he's got to work with. Liverpool have got lots of quality, lots of youth, lots of hunger, lots of players who want to prove themselves and get better with a nice sprinkling of experience. I mean, any coach would be licking their lips taking that squad on.
I mean, you got Alisson, you got Van Dijk. Luis Diaz was absolutely unbelievable today. The thing is, he's not going to do it like Klopp. He won't watch it and think, I'm going to tweak that. He'll have his own model, his own method, which is fine. And he needs to do it his way. But Danny's right. He's got an amazing group of players there to work with.
Yeah, they will go again against Tottenham. Jurgen Klopp not being drawn on what was said between him and Mo Salah on the touchline before the equaliser there. But Peter, does that just show a bit of tension in the Liverpool camp at the moment?
Yeah, it didn't look good. I mean, listen, I'm not a lip reader. I can't say exactly what they're saying, but it didn't look good. I don't think it looks good for the club. But listen, Mo Salah is a player who started majority of games for Liverpool, right? He would be fuming. I mean, I've been in that position. I'd be fuming to be on the bench. And I think players like that who expect to start are never happy. But no one likes to see this on the side of the pitch between a manager and a real key player. Not a good look.
Not good at all, Lindsay. It's particularly when you see Salah coming back to have another bite, and then one of his teammates looks as though he's got to intervene. Listen, we've both been in dressing rooms where it happens. You don't agree with what the manager says and there's crosswords, but it does not look good. That kind of stuff should be for behind closed doors.
Do you think he'll be following him out the door, Mo Salah?
Yeah, I do actually, to tell you the truth. I think he has been one of the best players we've seen in this league. I think he's been nothing short of fantastic for Liverpool Football Club, but his form has dipped. I don't think MD could argue that, and it just looks to me, and it is guesswork, but it looks to me as if he might be moving, and I think it might be one of these situations where it suits both parties. It might suit Mo Salah now to move on, and it might suit Liverpool to reinvest the money, clearly the money that they'll get for him.
OK, well, we'll talk more about Mo Salah, more about Liverpool. We will hear from David Moyes as well, with more to come from the London Stadium after a 2-2 draw. But coming up next on TNT Sports 1, it's a big day in the Gallagher Premiership Rugby with Hugo Monnier and the team.
4 drop points for Liverpool in this title race. How do you reflect on that performance and result?
Yeah, obviously the result was not the result we wanted. We came in for the 3 points. I think we played a good game. First half we controlled the game, but then we conceded. Then it's difficult to come back, obviously. But then, we scored 2 goals. And then we just had to, I think, just stay more calm, keep the ball, and just play and don't concede anymore. But we did, and not the result we wanted.
There seemed to be an improvement and a reaction in the second half when you came out. What was the message from the manager at half-time?
No, we just have to go for it. I think we did it a lot of times this season. Bounce back from a goal against. So that was the message. Just go, give it your all, and I think we did. And then we conceded again, which was unfortunate. And then we ended in a draw.
It was another game as well of more missed chances. Liverpool had almost 30 shots at goal today. What's not quite going for you at the moment?
The ball's not going in that often. So that's the thing we have to improve for a pretty long time now. But that.
You've been consistent at other periods of the season when it comes to scoring goals. So why isn't it there right now?
If I knew why, then we would solve the problem. But I don't know.
In terms of this title race, then, if Arsenal win the North London derby tomorrow, you'll be 5 points behind them. Where does it leave Liverpool?
In a very, very difficult position. So what you say, if they win tomorrow, then it's 5 points. City have some games in hand as well. So it's going to be difficult, not impossible, but very, very difficult.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, let's get some more post-match reactions, shall we, on events at the London Stadium. Delighted to say we can hear a person who delivered a goal and an assist, actually, for West Ham. Jarrod Bowen joins us pitch side. Jarrod, great to see you. How do you reflect on that pretty eventful 90 minutes?
Yeah, it was a tough game. I think we knew it was going to be tough. They were a top side. We knew they'd dominate with the ball and create chances, but we knew that we could create chances as well. And yeah, we took our chances well in the end.
Did you see Liverpool as a team maybe there for the taking? In light of their recent run of form.
No, I wouldn't say that because they played Wednesday night and changed a few of the personnel of the teams. We knew they was going to play with real energy, and then there was times where we had to suffer without the ball. It's difficult to get after them because they got so much quality. But they're a top side going for the title, so we knew it would be difficult. But we knew that we could put our mark onto the game as well, I think.
Yeah, on a personal front, I mean, you reached a couple of milestones, 200th appearance and your 20th goal in all competitions. You must be delighted with that.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of that. The appearances one anyway. I knew I was one off, for 20, so I always wanted to get that. Been disappointed to, missing the last couple through injury. But to be back in the goals is, a really good feeling for me.
Yeah. And, to salvage a point against one of the heavyweights in the Premier League, I know it's obviously been a difficult time of late, but is that exactly what you needed today?
Yeah, definitely. We conceded 5 last week and, we're 2-1 down and we knew we had to get back into the game and we knew if we kept going, kept plugging away, that we'd create a chance. But today was a really important reaction from the weekend last week. It's conceded 5 is, it's not acceptable in this league. And we knew today that, we didn't want to lose the game. That's simple as that. And, we managed to get a point from it.
Jarrod, great performance. You seem to score whatever position you play, but do you have a preference on whether you're up front or on the right, or do you not mind?
No, obviously I don't mind. I love playing, but of course it's more natural for me playing off the wing and making my runs into the box that way. Same with the goal. A little bit today. I know it's from a corner, but it was kind of making that run across, just getting in the box, hoping the ball falls to you, and then guiding the header in. So I'll probably be required to play up front, out wide. But of course, playing out wide is probably a natural position. I've played it for many years. So yeah, to answer your question, it would probably be out wide.
Finally, Jarrod, in terms of targets between now and the end of the season, I mean, obviously, it wasn't the win that you were after, but while Europe is still a possibility, is that still your ultimate target?
Yeah, it has to be. It has to be the standard. We go to Chelsea next week, who are in and around us with their games in hand, and then we got Luton at home for Man City away. So we have 3 games where we want to take points from as many as possible. And it's in our own destiny to take the points, and we have to go out and deliver and do it. We can't rely on anyone, can't rely on teams losing around us. We know we've played a couple more games than everyone else, but all we can do is, win our games, pick up points from our games.
Yeah, well, look, all the best in trying to achieve that target between now and the end of the season. Good to talk to you, Jarrod.
Thank you. Good to speak to you all.
West Ham player Jarrod Bowen back in the lineup and to real effect as well. And David Moyes, no doubt, will be delighted with that. And it was his goal that was, I suppose, the difference between the two sides going to the second half. And it felt like Jurgen Klopp had a stern word or two after 45 minutes, and he got a response from Liverpool.
Well, yeah, they started the second half well and got back in the game through quite an unusual goal in many respects. I think the keeper might have seen it late. Andy Robertson there, unusual finish. It was a bit like a slow shot, really. Then you see the 2 bodies in front. Maybe he sees it late because you would expect him to save that. But it was a decent reaction from Liverpool. They dominated that part of the game and maybe could have scored again.
Yeah, I mean, they were pushing all game. They just needed once to go in and then it was going to change the momentum. I do think Danny's right. Arioli sees that late. Ogbonna and Zuma in front of it makes it difficult for him.
Yeah, you can see him. He's trying to make a point there. Too many bodies in front of him, actually, to try and get to the ball in time. But soon after, I mean, this was quite a calamitous way, really, from a West Ham perspective, in how Liverpool then took the lead.
Well, I actually thought when this went in, because this is what hasn't happened for Liverpool in recent weeks, that bit of luck where you have a miss hit, it hits 3 people, then goes in. They've needed that. And that's when I thought they'd go on and win the game comfortably. And it wasn't meant to be. But, yeah, you could see the relief in Gakpo. I don't think he could be trying to claim that because he's mishit it so badly, but it's gone in. And that little bit of luck, I thought, maybe, even though too late, today has come. and maybe they'll be then go on from a more comfortable position to win the game. But this was a terrific response from West Ham.
Yeah, and Bowen playing a key role.
I'll tell you what, I mean, this is some ball from a brilliant player. Comes inside. The weight to that is perfect. You know, people talk about his goal scoring and his finishing, and rightly so. But, you know, to come inside here, obviously left-footed, Robertson gets twisted a little bit. Endo's not marking anyone. He's got to get out to him. That's your job. When a winger or somebody comes inside, that's yours. Van Dijk's going to stay in his natural position, but the ball from Bowen is amazing. To get that up and down there over Kwanzaa, who's massive, is amazing.
Do you know what was interesting, just talking to him about the preference of playing on the right to being a centre-forward? I was surprised at that.
Were you?
Yeah, because obviously on the right, you've got to do more defending. But it says a lot about his attitude, that he doesn't mind, because he can come later into the box and also produce assists like that, because that was a beautiful, beautiful cross.
Yeah, but there was a chance, of course, for Liverpool to try and snatch a late winner, Harvey Elliott.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, they absolutely dominated the game. Possession, shots. They've got so many ball players out there. Mo Salah, Nunez come off the bench there. He's so unlucky, Harvey Elliott. You know, he just a little bit too high, comes off the crossbar, but they dominated the game. They just didn't take the chances.
It's the 24th time they've hit the woodwork this season.
I know, and Darwin Nunez has done 23 of them. I like Harvey. He never hides, even when things are going badly. You know, he'll lose the ball, go and get it again. He'll try and impact the game, shots, assists. You know, I know he's done well coming off the bench, and he started today, but I like the fact that even late on, he wanted to try and impact the game. He's got that bit between his teeth.